Welcome, my name is Lucas and this is Fortress Forums. As I promised you last week, I have something special for you. It's not an intercom, it's not a camera, it's actually an AX Pro Hikvision wireless alarm. This is the hub, this is the main hub, the control panel of the whole system that will connect to your HikConnect cloud. There are two versions of this system. There's a 96 and 64 zones type. Obviously 96, it will take up to 96 zones, but also will take up to 4 cameras from your local network. Also will take up to 4 CAM PAR detectors. You can also have 32 different areas if you like as well. You can see here there's a reader on the front, there's some indicator lights on the top of the unit. It doesn't have any LCD screen or anything like that. It will tell you if the system is armed, disarmed, or if it's tamper or fault by just looking at the indicator on the top, but also at the indicator of the wireless keypad as well. The unit is 2.4 GHz wireless, also has the LAN connection at the back. So you have the Ethernet port. If that is a 96 series, you would have the 2 SIM cards. I have 1 SIM card already occupied here. You have a tamper at the back as well, and there's a latch that you slide in. So it's basically a bracket as well to fit onto the wall. Just under the knee of the cable, you see here, there's a QR code. You're going to need that QR code to enroll this system to your app on the phone, to the HikConnect. So you can take a note of the serial number or just scan the QR code. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to scan the QR code and I'm going to enroll this unit in a second. But before I go there, I'm just going to show you a few other devices. So the next one is the wireless keypad. So you can see here the wireless keypad, just a numeric keypad with a few indicator lights, LEDs at the top of the unit. You can just light them up if you like, so you can see you can nicely see all the digits and lights on the front during the night time. So once I press it, I can just start typing the code if you like, a minimum 4-digit code. Although obviously has a duress code as well if you need to. It will tell you if the alarm is on or off, if the system is armed or not, or if there's any issues with the system. It will indicate with the triangle in the corner. Also has like a bracket on the top, on the back of the unit. It has a screw. Each unit has a turn on and off button. When you take off the back of the unit, there's an on-off button, and the battery pack that you just like to replace that. And every, I would say, 3 years, depends, on how many units you have there and how far they are from the main control panel. And next one, so once we have the keypad, we also have the key fob, so you can arm and disarm the unit. You have 4 buttons, fully programmable, and the first one is the to arm the system, the other one is to disarm, and also you have the 2 function keys that will allow you to choose like as a tamper, as a panic button if you like, or you can check the status. You have multiple combinations I'm going to show you later on as well, what it's all about. Also you have this kind of a panic button, a wireless panic button, so you can press the button and it will release the alarm if you like, or call the medical services if you need to. You have this key tags if you need them as well. You can enroll them to the system and you can arm and disarm the unit if you like, by just tapping the tag on the front of the control panel, or if you have the wireless reader, you can also use them as well to arm the system. I'll tell you about them later on as well. Obviously you have different types of the magnetic contacts. So these are contacts, so you can see these are a slim line contact, so nice and neat looking contacts. Like you see here, it's quite tall. It will last a bit more than the typical wireless contacts. There's also indicator light on the front. I know if you notice, obviously if you trigger that, it will start flashing. It will also indicate if you enroll this device to the system. You can find this device within the system if you like as well. I'll show you that later on as well. Another one, the indoor speaker, the sounder, quite loud as well. You can choose the volume, how loud it's going to be. So the wireless internal sounder, it's really powerful. Again, it has the indicator light, so if the alarm is triggered, it will start flashing, but also it will be really, really loud. The other one I have here, very simple PIR. So we'll pick it up. This is the way here you go. Again, you have the screw on the bottom. So if you take it back, you see the battery, and you have the temper button as well. So we're just going to put that all together back again. Oh, here you go. That's it. So PIR, very straightforward, simple. Just you can use as, also has a function for a chime. That's a cool one. If you have like what you call it, business, and you have the front door and you like to announce someone just walked in, and you have this chime, ringing in the background, you can use those as well. And last but not least is the PIR with the built-in camera, a maximum of 640 by 480 resolution, the VGA resolution. So again, it will allow you to actually view what is going on the front of the PIR. We'll send a notification with a few snapshots. Up to 10 snapshots can be sent through that unit, from that unit to your Hik Connect app. So you can see what is actually going on, what is on the front of the unit, something triggered that unit. So that will trigger your app straight away as well. There's plenty of different other devices, like the I/O extenders, if you like, the relays. You can use them. The system, it's fully compatible with the Hik Connect app, and that will be the best way actually to setting up the whole system. You also have the connection between the cameras, so you can have up to 4 cameras connected to a 96 series hub. If you have only the 64, the entry-level kind of hub, you can't add any cameras, and you can have only 2 PIR with the camera on board. So there's a few limitations in that 64 hub. The 96 is a bit more advanced. If you're looking for something superb, that would be the way to go. So what else? I would say the best thing to do, I'm just going to show you how the system looked like from the Hik Connect perspective, how to enroll devices, particular devices. Like I said, every single one of them, it's wireless. So if you like to enroll any of them, you just need to scan the QR code, or there's like a enroll mode at the control panel, and you can just tap the device that you just turned on and enroll it to the system by just tapping on the front of the hub, just on that reader part of it. So let me scan the QR code, and I'm going to enroll the system to my phone there. All right. So there it is, and this is the app on the phone. I'm just gonna click the add button and scan the QR code on the back, at the back of the unit. So it's asking me to go and add this unit. Just because I had this unit added before, it doesn't ask me to go through the whole process how to connect to the wireless. So it's really important that you'll be connected to 2.4 gigahertz wireless, not the 5 gigahertz on in your house or whatever house you're going to install this unit. And make sure the phone is connected to 2.4, and then the unit, it will take the settings of your phone, I mean the SSID number and the verification code, I mean the wireless key from your phone, and it will automatically enroll itself to the Wi-Fi. So I'm just gonna go next. I can change the name. So once I change the name, I can just save that, and here you go. That's the main unit enrolled. So I'm just going to close the unit at the back, so it won't come up with a tamper detection. So straight away I have my unit listed. So if I go and click into it, you can see I already create some zones and some groups before. So some areas, like you see here. So you have the ground floor and the first floor, and that will be basically my house. So each zone, I mean each area can be armed independently. So you can have the pair sets for each zone, if you like, for each area, I mean. Also you can just keep adding those, so you can have plenty of different areas. Like I said, you could have up to 32 areas on this type of the module. So if I like to go ahead and see my devices, and just go ahead and see devices that have already enrolled to my system. So like you see here, every single one of them, you just need to scan the QR code, and once you scan the QR code, the system is going to pick it up automatically and enroll the device to your control panel, to your hub. I'm going to show you how to do it in a second. Before we go any further, you can see there's the status. The status will tell you if your main power supply is connected, Ethernet, if you're using the Ethernet connection, Wi-Fi signal strength, your GSM as well, if you have a SIM card plugged in. Data used, if you are using any data, if for some reason you're not connected wirelessly, you can only connect via the GSM. The battery status, how much power you have left there, the lead of the back of the unit itself, so you can see it's closed now, and the SIM card status, and the wireless noise level. So all the information, it's all really nice to see and easy to access. So we're just going to go to settings on the right hand side, and you can see the name. You can change the name of your device if you need to. You have the user management. In the user management, you have your user. If you have the Hic Connect Pro connected with this device, it will allow you to enroll multiple users. So as an installer, you can enroll multiple users, giving them different rights and different access. Like you see here, I have my own here with all rights, the on, disarm, to bypass the zones if I need to, remote configuration, message and notifications, and log and status query, all that it's here. There's no key fobs enrolled to it or any tags, so I can actually do it now. So you can see card and tag, I can just enroll it. So I just click the plus button. So I'm just going to take one of the tags I have here, and I'm just going to put on the front of the unit, and that's it. There you go, that's the first tag. So like you see, you can choose if that tag will be on or off. You can delete it anytime if you lose the tag. Also you have this operation tag, so you can have an operation tag or patrol tag. Operation will arm, disarm, patrol is just gonna check on any reader you have connected to your system. So once I have that enrolled, it's automatically enrolled to my user, because this is the only user it's connected to it. So next one we have here, it's the system. So in the system settings, you have the simple configuration, so you can change the language. You have multiple languages here listed. Also you have the time zone, so you can choose what the times are in at the moment with the DST, day saving time settings and so on. Very simple. System options. This is more advanced options here you find on this page. So false auto arm, system status report, voice prompt. So the unit itself can actually talk to you and give you feedback about actually what is happening if one of the units is offline. It's if there's any tamper or if the system is armed or disarmed as well. So it can get you the feedback of what is actually going on, and you can choose how loud it's going to be. So from 0 to 10, I just have on 0 right now, so it won't interfere to what we're doing. We can just set to 1 if you like for now. Audio tamper alarm, if you like, you can turn it on and off. Alarm duration, so I just minimize that to 10 seconds. You have custom, you can just choose as much as 15 minutes if you like to go off. Bypass on realarm, or on the rearm, sorry. So if one of the units, the status is it's actually triggered, you can just rearm this system, and when it comes back to normal, it will actually include that back to the system. Panel fault check. So this is the kind of the reporting for you if you like to make sure that whatever cameras are connected to the system are connected or disconnected. You can just have that indicator. Battery fault check, it's really important to make sure the battery is in good condition. LAN fault check, in this case I'm not using LAN, so there's no need for that. But Wi-Fi and cellular fault check, I like to have those enabled. And AC power loss delay, so if you just lost the power or flick the switch yourself for like a few seconds, you can just have that delay on. You can have up 12 hours if you like, so it's nothing gonna trigger. I mean, it won't notify you for 12 hours. That's the power is gone, but the unit will last up to 12 hours, so you should be grand. So the next one is ARM options. Like you see, plenty of different settings you can change and amend here. Like you see, the ARM with faults. So if you have some faults going on there, you can still arm the system. It doesn't have to be like, it's not necessarily that it cannot be armed, straight away. You can just choose in what type of conditions you can arm or disarm the system. So you have the ARM LED stays on, so it will tell you on the unit itself, indicator if the system is armed or not. Fault prompts on arming, so it will tell you if there's any faults going on, and early arm if you need to. You can change that as well, up to 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So enrollment mode, that's another option that will actually allow you to enroll devices by just tapping your device to the control panel. So I can actually enroll one of them. I have one of them. So you can hear how it's telling you to approach one of the devices. Like this should be deleted beforehand, so I should be able to just tap it there and make sure it's on first, maybe just in case. So yeah, it wasn't on, so you have this on and off. Oh, straight away enrolled. It's so powerful, so it detects this device straight away, because the rest of my devices are connected already. There's no need for them. So once you have it enrolled to the system, you just put the screw back on and install on the wall. So there's a two type of the brackets for this type of the PIR, so you can, if you have a strange angle, you can use them as well. So once I have this device enrolled, I just click the exit. That's it, and go back to our main page, and in my devices you should be able to see the new device here as well. So there is the wireless zone number 5. If I click into it, I can go and change the name. So straight away I can just call it like a corridor ground floor, for example. There you go. And it's plenty of options. You can also say here I can change, so zone number, so what's the actual zone for this device is associated with the linked area, so I can choose between the first floor or ground floor in my case, or I can just create another area if you like. Instant zone or delay 24 hours disabled altogether, so you can choose that to be disabled if you need to as well. Stay on, bypass, 4-bit, bypass on arming, chime. That's the cool one. Actually, I can turn that on for a second. There you go. That's cool. So if you have it at the main entrance, maybe in your business, you can trigger the chime if you like, if someone has just come into your shop or so. So you have the chime with a single tone, a continuous tone if you like as well. Silent alarm, so that's another option. There's, like you see, there's so many of them. It's so advanced. Sounder delay time, double knock. So if you like, you can just make sure it's a double knock, so it won't trigger straight away. Next 5 seconds, in this case, I have it set to, if it trigger again, then it actually is gonna notify the control panel and trigger the alarm. Cross zones, that is another one. You can cross that with any other device that you have connected. So linked cameras, so if you have your cameras connected to your system like I do, you can choose, like as I said, with this system you can have up to 4 cameras connected from your recorder. So I can just choose number 2, all right, and just link that. Oh yeah, it's already linked to a different device, so I have it linked to actual contacts. So in this case, I won't be able to link it to this device anymore. I would have to remove it from the contacts and connect it to this one. LED, so LED, it will just be, it's going to be indicator on the front of the unit. So you can see here, there's a small light indicator. So another cool feature is you can check the signal strength. So you can test the unit, how good is the wireless connection. It's a dual wireless connections you have there. So just to get the best coverage for your devices connected. Detection zone tested, so you can do like a walk test if you like as well. Or you can go and find me. So if you go find me and click the start button, actually the unit itself start flashing, so you know this is the unit you actually amended the settings of. So you can also turn on and off the bypass if you like.
Bypass activated.
There you go. So once I have the main hub enabled for audible notifications, it will tell me what is actually going on. It's a great help in a case when you're setting them up for the first time, just to make sure everything is working. So like you see, there's a status page here, and you can tell what is going on with this device, what are the main options are set to. Like you see, there's plenty of other devices that have enrolled to the system. What else we have there? As I said, there's a keypad. So if you go to the keypad, you can check the battery status again, signal strength and so on. You can amend the settings, and you can link to the different areas, or to all areas if you like. You can also have ARM without a password, so you can just tap the small button on the bottom of the page of the unit, and you can disarm the system if you need to. Silent panic alarm, so you can have your panic alarm on silent if you like. Medical alarm if you need to as well. There's also the fire button shortcut if you need as well to trigger. Auto lock time, so it will lock the keypad automatically after 1 minute and 30 seconds. If you like to unlock it, you just click the light bulb on the right hand side, and you can just type it in the code. And your code, actually, I'm going to show you where to set up your code. So we're just going to go back and we'll go to our control panel. When you see the user management, I can go to my user management and I can change the keypad password. So I can just type it in 4, 6, up to 2 to 6 character code. Also, I can have my duress code as well. So like you see, the tag is associated with my account as well, with my user. Of course, to the HikConnect account, it can be like not just one user logged in at a time. You can have the same user details logged in from multiple devices, and so you can see them. The Hik Pro Connect will actually allow you to do a bit more regarding the user structure, and you can hand over the site to the customer if you like, and so on. But that will be, I would say, a topic for a different webinar altogether. So what else we have here? You see there's the first one on the top, Bar Garden is called. It's the one with the camera. So if I go to the settings of this unit, I have, again, most of the settings the same. I have the images in series. It's set to 10 right now, so it will send me 10 snapshots. So based on those snapshots, I will be able to see and know who is on the front of the PIR, to recognize if there's like one of them members of staff maybe, or members of family. The image resolution, you can choose that between VGA 320, 240, 160 to 120, just to speed up the process of send the information and reduce the bandwidth if you like. But 640 by 480, it's still nothing anyway. Trigger interval, so it will trigger for the next 30 seconds. It won't trigger for the next 30 seconds. So it will trigger, send 10 seconds snapshots, then it won't trigger again for another 30 seconds. And LED, again, it will be the indicator on the front of the unit. That's really straightforward. If you like, you see there's a small like a camera icon just underneath of the picture. If I click that, it will capture whoever is on the front of it. So I can just do it again. So there it is, it captured me now. So if I go back to my notifications, you see here, that's the capture. There you go. Just go back here and back into the units and back to the devices. So what else we have here? We have the wireless zone, and this is the panic button. So if you like to go to the panic button, I just go and change the panic button settings. Like you see here, I already changed it to panic zone, medical zone if you like, or disabled. So it could be an elderly person, could be a husband in your bedroom just dying for tea. Linked cameras, so you can link some cameras if you like to this unit as well. And what is actually going to happen when you press the button, so I can just have a delay of double. So there's a few options I can choose from, or I can just delete that like any other unit. On the bottom of the page there's a delete button to remove that from the system. So if you go to any of the contacts, so you have the front door contact, it's called in this system now, I just go to the settings, and again the same information all over again. There's another information about the link, the cameras. I have one of the cameras linked already. On the other one, from the other hand, I have the second camera linked. So I have two different cameras linked from my NVR. And the NVR, it's really an old type of the Hikvision. It's just an NVR E series recorder, and that is fully compatible, fully backward compatible with even those type of the recorders. I'll also show you how to actually add the camera to your system. So if you go back to settings of your device, you see there's an option for the network camera. So you can just go network camera, you see this is connected, you just fill up the information about the device, the NVR or the camera itself on the local network, and just choose what camera you like to stream from this device. Simple as that. So just click the edit button. If I just fill up the old IP address, port number, username and password, just click the save button and that's it, and it's saved. So I have the camera number 1 and 3 of my NVR connected to my system. So then afterwards I can link 2 different devices to 2 different cameras if I need to. So back to the devices again. So you have the kitchen window. If you go to settings of the kitchen window again, you have the chime option, so you will also indicate on the control panel that something is going on, that this unit has triggered. You can have external contacts if you need to as well, connected to it. Standard delay time, that's another option, like for any other user, for any other unit you have connected, you can delay the time that standard is going to be triggered. If I go back again, I have this corridor, ground floor, that's the one I enrolled most recently. The keypad, the sounder. So if you go to sounder, you can see the status of the sounder. If you go to the settings again, you have the volume, you have the 3 different volume levels you can change to. 0 will be completely silent. You have the strobe flashlight, you have the buzzer. Also you can indicate if the system is armed or disarmed, or you can buzz it with the buzzer there. So you can do the volume test if you need to, signal test, and so on. As well as for the bigger outdoor sounder, it's really loud as well. The outdoor sounder, actually, I'm just going to show you quickly here, because this is the only one I didn't show you. So this is the sounder. You have them with the red and blue lead there on the front. Oh, this way, sorry. So there is at the back of the unit, yeah, you have that on the bottom. Actually you have the screw, just unscrew that and you have the access to the back of the on and off button. So very simple, you have the strobe that it will flash, and the speaker, it's actually at the bottom, at the back of it. So back to the phone app, what else we have here? So if I go to the settings of this big strobe here, again I have 3 levels of the volume. Alarm duration, again you can choose how long this is gonna actually gonna be triggered for, if the strobe flash will light up or not, the buzzer and so on. So the same options for indoor and an outdoor sounder. Like you see here, the system is really user friendly. Like I got the system like a few days ago, and it was really straightforward to enroll to your phone. Just like if you ever enroll the like a Wi-Fi doorbell, the same way, you just need to enroll via the 2.4 gigahertz wireless network. So whatever this unit is going to be connected, make sure the wireless coverage is good enough, but obviously if that will be within the house, it will be no problem. So back to the areas, like you see, each one of them I can trigger individually. So I can just tap the icon and you can hear the system is armed now. I can do it for a first floor as well independently. That's it, and I can actually unlock them all together if I like. So I can disarm them as well if you need to. I can use those small buttons on the bottom of the page. I can clear the alarms, I can unlock it, I mean disarm the system or fully arm the system. I can also share the system with somebody else. So I can share with either a QR code or scan a QR code to somebody else here. So what else I can show you here that I didn't show you just yet. So if you go back to the settings of the main unit, you have those areas. So you can see there's 32 areas. Each one of them can be renamed if you like and enabled. So you could have a shed at the back of the house, and you could have the PAR or the contacts over there connected, and just name it and have the pair set just for that one to be triggered, or you can schedule when it's triggered. So for example, I'll have my first floor, and you can see it's auto arm, auto disarm. So I can just click that and choose the time frame for when it's armed, disarmed. If that is an office or some other place, you can fully arm and disarm without doing it manually. So these are the areas. So you see here. The next one, communication parameters, and this is where you can choose what's going to happen, how you're going to communicate with the end user. So you can choose the mobile network parameter configuration. You can amend the settings. So in my case, I have this like a GOMO card. So that's why I'm using like an Air APN network settings. Also, you have this data usage limit. So if you like, if you have the bandwidth allowance on your phone, you can also just change those and put the cap like 8 gigabytes or something. Or but usually, these days they're all unlimited. What else? You have the push notifications. So you have the alarm center. So you can have 2 different types of the alarm center if you go and choose what kind of notifications they will receive. Also, you have the app notifications. So you can choose what type of the notification it will be sent to your app on the phone. If you're like sick of some of them, like status indicator that you keep getting notifications that you on or disarm the system, you can change that. Also on the phone calls, you can actually receive a call. So like you see here, I enter my phone number and I can choose in what case I will receive a phone call, an actual phone call. So also we can choose if I will receive the text message in the case of the alarm. So I can quickly demonstrate that for you if you like. So there is the phone. So I'm just going to trigger the alarm in a second. Maintenance, simple reboot or upgrade device. It's cool because once it's in the Hikconnect, the Hikconnect will actually trying to find if there's any updates available. So if there's any, it will update that automatically. Configure the Wi-Fi network. So in the case if you replace the modem or you switch the Wi-Fi SSID name, you change it to something else, you might need to reconnect. Like you're definitely going to need to reconnect to the new Wi-Fi. So that will allow you to do this. So you just go through the process. First you connect your phone to the Wi-Fi, then you connect your device through your phone. And authorization, so in the case we have the Hikconnect Pro, that will allow you to assign this site to different larger kind of infrastructure. So that's all the options here. So let me go back and look at the area. I'm just going to arm the whole system, so I can choose to arm the system individually by ground floor, first floor in my case, or I can just fully arm the system by just clicking the icon on the left hand side bottom corner. So there it is, the system is fully armed, and actually the system should be triggered. I'm just going to trigger one of the detectors. There you go. You can hear the sound. I didn't want to put on the maximum volume because it would be way too loud here. So I can clear that, I can unlock it. So if I go clear, oh, here you go, and this is the actual phone call from the unit. So I can just answer it.
Zone 1. Alarm. Zone 1. Alarm. Zone 1. Alarm. Please press asterisk to confirm.
So that's it. The call ended. So I acknowledge the alarm. So that's the phone call you're gonna get. So if you're like, you might have receiving multiple text messages or different notifications, but when it's actually a phone and there's a text just come up here now as well. So when there's a phone call, you can more likely you will pick it up, or just at least going to look in your phone and see what is going on. So yeah, there's a burglar alarm, ground floor zone 1, simple as that with a timestamp. Simple, very, very simple and straightforward. And the beauty of that is really simple to set it up. Like once you enroll all your devices, you can manage, like end user can manage them. There's not a problem to actually go through every single one of them and change some settings. If you change something, there's no problem to default the unit, just to reset the unit if you like to. So I'm just gonna unlock it, disarmed. Here you go, straightforward. So you see there's burglar alarms, there's context alarms. So if I click any of those buttons, I can just go, and here you go. There is 10 snapshots, so you can tell who was there on the front of the unit. If there's any other, like you see, zone activated here, I have the zone linked to my to one of my cameras. So I just go playback. I'm just gonna make sure that camera is actually connected to this one here. I'm just gonna double check. There is, so there's a camera connected to this contact, and that will send me like a 7-second video of this camera. So very straightforward. Like these are the snapshots I took before manually. So all the logs are available here. Like you see here, everything, whatever happens to the units, it's all logged. So you can see exactly what is going on. Like you see, the system is really simple. Oh yeah, another thing, I didn't show you the wireless key fob. So you see there's 2 icons. Maybe I'm just gonna get them closer to the camera. So you can see there's on and disarm on the top of the page, and there's 2 buttons on the bottom. So if I press the button, if the system, if the key fob is enrolled to the system, I will be able to arm and disarm and the whole alarm. So in order to enroll it, I need to get to the page where I can actually enroll this to the system. So let me try to enroll it via the enrollment page. So we just go to system configuration settings and system operations options, enrollment mode. So we're going to try to enroll it this way. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to need to reset that. So I'm just going to need to open it. So I need to I'm just going to get one of the screwdrivers here. So it's open, so you can see there's a battery in it, and in order to reset that unit, you will need to press the on button. So before we do that, we need to remove the battery. So this is like how you default the key fob. Like some of the devices, there's a different way of defaulting them, and some of them will request to go ahead and actually press the on off button and remove the battery. Some of them, they will just need to press the tamper button and then turn it on, if you like. So for each one of them, there's a different way. So for this one, it's the on button, and I'm just going to slide in the battery in a second. You see that light indicating there 3 times. That means this unit is it has been defaulted. So if I like to go back to my phone, just gonna see it there now. I might just need to go back to the main page and go to devices and add it this way. So I'm just gonna add it by the QR code. So there's a QR code at the back of the units. All right, that has been added already. So if I go back and just see if this device is added, it's actually, sorry, it's a key fob here, battery, and you can see the key fob, it's assigned to my account. So there it is. So I can press and hold any of the buttons on the top, and that will actually or disarm the unit. So if I click the disarm, it will disarm the whole unit for me. If I click arm, that will arm the unit. Simple as that, really. There's additional options, so I'm just going to disarm and button configuration. So you can see the first key and the second key. Also, you have the arm key and the disarm key. You can assign different options, different actions to them. So if I would go with, for example, arm key and disarm key, I can go with the audible panic alarm, silent, clear alarm, so on and so on. So yeah, there's so many combinations of the keys you can use to trigger different actions. So really cool, really straightforward. So straight away it's assigned there. I can name it if you like. If I have multiple key fobs, I can then name them the way I want. So yeah, it's all that simple. It's all really simple, if you like. It's all up to the user, really, what they're looking for to do with this kind of alarm. If they're willing to see every single notification coming up on their phone, or if you like to have them schedule different zones, different areas to certain devices. So yeah, it's really something. I was like, when I was first looking at that, you know, the design, it's really cool, and it's really nice looking piece of equipment. It would be looking great on the wall. And there's more coming, like the whole system will be like a smart home, so it will be fully integrated with the rest of the Hikvision equipment on some stage. So at the moment, it's what we have here, it's the early stage. It's already awesome piece of equipment, so I can't wait for more to come. So yes, if you have any questions regarding the price, please contact our sales department. If you like to, if you have a question, like a technical question, you can write in the chat, or you can send us an email or give us a call if you like, and we ready to answer all your questions, I hope. So thank you very much, and I hope I show you the few bits and bobs, the pros and cons of the system. Like, there's definitely more pros than cons in this case. It's really something. It's really like a game changer, I would say, because the systems that you already know, they're good, they're reliable, and they're really you know, designed to, you know, what they're supposed to do. But this is going to do everything what the current system already does for you. So I just want to see how's that actually going to work in the real life, and what kind of feedback we're going to get from the lads out there. Obviously that will keep developing, like you know, the Hikvision, if there's something that can be changed, improved, they're going to do it for us. So thank you very much again for watching, and I'll see you next week. And next week we have something else again. And like as I say, we're going to try to do it every week. And so nearly 100 subscribers. Thank you very much for that. It really is something I didn't expect that, but yeah, it's getting there. It's getting, you know, our forum is getting bigger and bigger. So I hope it's gonna explode on some stage. That would be awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and stay awesome as always. Thank you. Take care. Bye.